How did feudal lords make excessive demands on vassals? Imagine living in a time when your loyalty could be bought with land, but that land also came with heavy burdens. That's what life was like under feudalism in medieval Europe. Feudal lords held a lot of power, and they often pushed their vassals to do more than what was fair or agreed upon. Vassals entered into a contract called a feudal contract, which promised land in exchange for services. Usually they had to provide military support, like fighting in wars or defending the land. Typically, a vassal owed about 40 days of night service each year. If they had a big piece of land, they might have to supply many knights, either themselves or through substitutes. But the demands didn't stop there. Lords also expected money from their vassals during special events, like when their lord's son became an adult or if the lord's daughter got married. If the lord was captured, vassals might have to pay a ransom. They were also expected to give counsel, helping the lord make decisions about the land and people. Problems arose when lords took advantage of their power. They often demanded more military service than agreed or imposed extra taxes and fees without warning. Sometimes they asked for payments called scutage, which was a fee paid instead of going to war. Lords could also demand labor, like working on the lord's estate, or give up produce and resources. Lords sometimes ignored the protections in the feudal contract. They might seize a vassal's land or refuse aid during conflicts. Without a strong central government, many lords acted on their own, often violating the rights of their vassals. This meant vassals could be forced into endless military campaigns or taxed heavily, even if it drained their resources. In some cases, lords challenged vassals in court or demanded their presence for court appearances. Ignoring these demands could lead to losing land or facing military action. Lords used their judicial power to enforce their wishes, often at the expense of the vassals' well-being. So, feudal lords made excessive demands by stretching military, financial, and service obligations beyond what was fair. They exploited the vassals' dependence on land and protection, using their power to push them into tough situations. This imbalance was common in medieval Europe and showed how fragile the relationships could be under feudalism.